When we look at petrol, he has created a lot of wealth, but he has not created equality, happiness, stability. He has not created justice.
So Lionel, perhaps you can tell me first and foremost, why is the price of oil keep going down?
One factor that we might not have always in mind when we analyze the price of oil is that all those exporting countries, they have a long-term forward contract. In the same time, you have spot demand, spot allocations that requires to be fulfilled also. Then, which means that they are not in control of stop producing or whatever, because if they stop producing and they don't fulfill their contract, they might pay penalty, which might be much higher than the price loss that they are occurring right now. Then, because of that, I think, and this is not the situation of only one exporting country, this is the situation of all of them: Venezuela, Nigeria, Angola, Russia, Iran, Saudi Arabia. Then all these two together, I think it makes the situation a bit complicated to manipulate, that we might see a larger oversupply now that the sanctions are going to be lifted against Iran. They're going to produce more because they're probably going to commit themselves even more with new customers. Therefore, we might see the price of oil continuing going down. That's my opinion. I'm not, like I said, I don't own a crystal ball, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but this is how I look at it, and this is my understanding.
Keeps going down to where?
Alors, my opinion is that it can go much lower than 20.
Wow.
Much lower than 20, because if we look at the producing cost of petrol barrel in every countries, a lot of countries are producing costs which are below 20. Then I don't see any reason why it cannot go reach the kind of level. Because, for instance, the most expensive is the American. They produce at $38.
Okay.
But in Nigeria or some other countries is between 12 and 15. Then,
so it just seems crazy because it has been inflated so much for the past few years,
yeah.
etc. But I mean, we're talking about the negative sides. It's crisis. The market doesn't really know what to do. But oil currently is cheaper than water for the consumer. That's good news, essentially.
Yeah.
Why is it a bad thing that this price keeps on going down?
Yes, for a consumer point of view, it's a very good thing. And we are all consumers, and we should all be happy of that. And I am quite happy of it. But for the trading companies and for the producing countries, the problem is that they have made investment when the price of oil was above $100. They have invested in equipment, in assets, in everything. And now the price being at below 30, the investment is worth 3 times less. Then what could be positive in that situation is that now that the price is moving down, some companies are having problems. They might be bought over by bigger company. I don't know if it's a good thing, but at least it's a good time to go and shop. If you have cash, you can go and buy petroleum companies because they are suffering and their value has dropped.
Well, with everything, there's always an opportunity somewhere,
yes,
even
yes.
in a negative situation.
Yes.
You mentioned it's kind of a cursed commodity.
Yes. Yes, I think when we think about a commodity like, say, food, it feed people. People need to eat. Then it's good that this food is traded and going from one point A to B to feed people. But when we look at petrol, it has created a lot of wealth, but it has not created equality, happiness, stability. It has not created justice, then social justice. Then at the end, it's what this commodity is for. I mean, if it's just making a happy few happy, it doesn't make much sense. Then for me, as a consumer, I'm very happy that the price of oil is going down. But worldwide, I think it's creating a lot of turmoil, because if you look at the world map, you can see that as the price of petrol is going down, the tension is moving up. And I don't think, I think that if the petrol price goes too low, it could be that a country like Russia can even have a civil war, because
it's so all-encompassing, and the price of oil goes down, so does happiness. Is it? You know, is there a correlation there? It's quite interesting.
But if you look historically, when the price of petrol moved down, it put an end at the Soviet Union. Without the price of oil at the level it was at that time, there was no way Mr. Gorbachev would have been kicked out of his post, and there's no way that Soviet Union would have gone down. Then I don't know if history can repeat.
Indeed, there's a lot of question marks that's really raised here, but thank you so much for coming in and sharing your really interesting analysis on it. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Lionel.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, well that's all from Lionel and myself for the moment. Plenty more exclusive interviews coming your way on Dukascopy TV, so please do keep clicking back. Goodbye.